Everybody's still talking about this budget thing, and there's a lot of videos and stuff that get going around for it still. So might be my seventh video or something like that, describing from a different article. 45's budget is a reflection of his State of the Union address, or as I like to call, Klan speech address, because it was nothing more than a Klan speech. A dangerous litany. It was a dangerous litany of what they call falsehoods. The budget released by the 45 administration Monday relies on a set of false assumptions about our economy, reflecting the distorted vision laid out in last week's State of the Union address. In that speech, 45 lied again and again and again about his record on the economy. It's critical that Americans know these facts. The unemployment rate 45 declared is the lowest in over half a century. What he failed to mention is that it was under the previous administration that the rate fell from a recession high of 10% to a strong 4.7%. In fact, under 45, there have been 42,000 fewer jobs created each month compared to the last 36 months of Obama's administration. The squatter claims that there has been a blue-collar boom in wage growth, but in December, wages slipped to the lowest rate of growth in 18 months. Under President Obama, median household incomes rose a staggering $4,800 compared to just only $1,400 under 45. He cited the figure of millions no longer receiving food stamps, but it's not because these Americans are getting ahead. It's that they're being kicked off of food benefits by this administration's policies. So 45 is kicking off all his supporters off of their food stamps and welfare checks. On metric after metric, 45 takes credit for the gains resulting from Obama's policies, the same policies he is working to end. It's no surprise then that the pace of growth on each of these indicators has begun to slip under the 45 administration. Indeed, on Friday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that the unemployment rate is beginning to tick back upward, and that hundreds of thousands of jobs estimated to have been created last year were not in fact created at all. Under this squadancy, our economic gains are being squandered, and most Americans are able to access the tools to get ahead. Where he cannot steal credit from his predecessor, 45 simply rewrites history. He claimed that his 2017 tax scam would see GDP growth of 6% compared to the GDP growth before he sent the tax scam into law, though it hasn't changed at all. He continues to claim that the economy is performing miracles and that his tax cuts for the wealthiest pay for themselves. American workers and their families, though, haven't seen the benefits promised by the squatter and his allies. Indeed, the only major outcome of their tax scam has been trillions of dollars in new deficits and debt, a fact that the squatter chooses to ignore when confronted with his campaign promise to eliminate the national debt entirely. On Tuesday night, he neglected to mention the words deficit or debt at all. On health care, we can see the same pattern. Under Obama, 20 million Americans gained access to affordable health care coverage, and the Democratic Congress banned annual and lifetime coverage limits and discriminatory policies that kicked those off with pre-existing conditions of their plans. Pervasively, 45 pledged to protect patients with pre-existing conditions even while his administration is in court arguing for the invalidation of that law that guarantees them coverage. Meanwhile, the number of uninsured Americans rose for the first time in decades on his watch. Furthermore, just days after announcing a plan to gut Medicaid and less than a month after telling an audience in Switzerland that he plans to seek cuts to Medicare and Social Security, he falsely claimed in his speech that he will always protect these programs, which he has no intentions of doing. The squatter's budget for fiscal year 2021 is a roadmap for his destructive policies to cut Medicaid and lay the groundwork for cuts to Social Security and Medicaid. It continues his ongoing war gaining access to affordable health care. Further, it proposes dangerous cuts to economic opportunity and diminishes the tools available to protect our national security. Americans, I believe, can see right through this squatter's bullshit, and they will see fallacies of this budget. The millions who are working hard but still not getting ahead understand the 45 economy isn't working for them like it's not for me. Democrats will continue to tell the truth about our economy and this squatter's dismissal record, just as we will not rest in our own efforts to deliver real results for the people that make the State of our Union stronger. When we bring appropriation bills to the House floor this year, they will be based on economic reality, not partisan fantasy.